Welcome or welcome back to the CNC Advantage. I'm Christy and this is Cooper, and we are here to bring you your July reading for Cancers. We're going to start off with the Celtic Cross, and we're going to just kind of go from there and just do the whole month breakdown for you. Trying to do them weekly was just getting to be too much, and I couldn't keep up. The energy was just too draining, so we're going to try this on a monthly thing and see if this works a little bit better for everybody. Okay, all right, so let's get started, shall we? Your current situation revolves around the Six of Pentacles. So you are finding that you're going to find that you're in a state of generosity, people giving to you. The fruits of your labor are starting to pay off. So you've been working real hard on something, and you're going to start to see the real dough rolling kind of thing, right? Or you've been putting into some relationships, and you're going to start to see them flourish and blossom, into what you really wanted in your life, like a real soul tribe kind of thing, right? And it's not going to be just you putting into these people. They're going to start putting back into you. So that's going to be a two-way street of generosity. And so instead of you always being people-pleasing, which we tend to do, right? You're going to start to see other people starting to recognize you and value you the way that you had hoped they would. So that's your current energy. What you're going to find conflicting, or that your challenge right now, is the Five of Wands. This is going to create jealousy and envy, and so those who are not necessarily in your soul tribe at this moment, but the people who have been watching you and seeing what you're doing and peeking up from behind the scenes and trying to stay hidden and all that stuff, they might peek their ugly little heads up and start to show that they're jealous, that they're envious, that they don't like what you're doing. They're going to try and oppose it somehow. They're going to use rumors, gossip, anything they can do, anything. They're grasping at straws at this point, but it's still going to happen, right? And there's nothing we can do about others and their actions. All we can do is change how we react or respond to it, right? So no matter what, whenever you breed success like this, it's going to bring in good with the bad. There's not much we can do about that. But when you start to see these people, just look the other way. There's not a single thing that they can do to change your progress, to change your rewards that you have coming in, right? They can sit there and they can throw their 5-year-old tantrum little fits, basically, right? And you just be like, seriously? And just move on, all right? Just keep moving forward. The one thing that you need to focus on is the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords talks about these pre-programming that you have in your head, the self-made prison that you keep yourself in. Open your eyes, Cancer. Just because you're aware of these things doesn't mean you need to fear them, right? You've done the work. And for you to have 6 Pentacles coming in, you've been working hard on something. And you have been pouring your heart and soul into it and this and that. And then when these 5 Wands and all that conflict comes up, don't let it set you back, is what we're saying, right? Don't let it have you regress and be like, well, I thought I was this. They're telling me I'm this. Don't doubt yourself. Don't get caught up in your head. Don't let those thoughts and all that stuff brew up a storm within yourself, that you lose your clarity, you lose your focus, you lose your drive, your motivation. You need to have peace of mind and be like, that's not what's really happening here. That's not, so what they're saying isn't even true, and I'm not even going to give it a second thought. Just keep moving forward with what you've been doing, with your reading, with your teaching, with your meditations, with your walks, your exercise, the way you've been eating better, the way you've been just taking better care of yourself from within out. You've been taking such good care of yourself on the inside that it's starting to reflect on the outside now. And just keep carrying on with that. If you allow this Five of Wands and all that conflict to get in your way, and then it gets in your head, and now you're stuck in a storm that you don't need to be stuck in. You've already walked out of that, right? You don't want to go back into it. The energy that you're leaving behind is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So you have been working on getting out of your own way as far as materialism, your own greed, not sharing your wisdom with others and stuff like that. You just sit there and you take care of what you got to take care of. But you may have been getting a little greedy with your money, with your resources, with your wisdom. But you've been seeing that you've been doing that. That's why it's in reverse, right? So it's not that you're still doing that. It is that you have been getting rid of all that greedy energy. So you're not focusing so much on what you have in your life or what you don't have in your life. So you're not focusing on the lack anymore. You're focusing on what's still left and the silver lining of that cloud, you know. So if you were made homeless, you still have a car to live in. You still had someone's couch to go sleep on. You had people that just showed up out of nowhere and gave to you, right? I mean, you've been focusing on what's still good in your life and showing gratitude, real gratitude for what you still have. And I tell you what, that's one of Spirit's favorite things, right? So you're leaving your selfish, greedy ways or your overprotective shell that you had going. Because man, Cancers, we love our shell, right? we really do. So as you're moving forward into July, you can rely on your strengths. And your strengths this month is going to be the Queen of Cups. So yeah, and that's the Cancer card. So the Queen of Cups is all about nurturing, giving back, still taking real good care of yourself and this and that, meditating, connecting with water elements. That's going to be really good for you in July. So go out swimming, get out boating, go out kayaking, paddleboarding, fishing, whatever it is for you. Just try to be near water as much as you can in July, and that's going to help you stay cleansed. It's going to help you stay focused, energized. It's just so good for us overall. You know, and I know that every time that I'm near water, I feel the energy from it. And my body and my soul, it just feeds off that energy, right? So as you are connecting with the water and everything, don't forget to thank the body of water that you're around. Maybe drink more water too. I just heard that, right? And write something on your bottle like love, gratitude, prosperity, abundance, wealth, whatever you're trying to attract in for July. So get a water bottle and just write whatever you want on the outside of it and let that change the energy of the water that you're putting into your body. That is a great way of connecting with water and changing the molecular structure of the water as you put it into your body. So that way it matches your elevation or it raises your vibration to that level. It's very, very good for you. I am seeing a sound bowl. So if you don't have sound bowls, you can go on YouTube and just listen to a sound bowl meditation, 15 minutes. If you can do a full hour or two, the more you can do, the better you're going to feel, right? It's going to help cleanse those energies, raise those vibrations. And it's really going to help you connect with whatever's within best. So the Queen of Cups is typically a very nurturing card, but I'm not really seeing it as an outward nurturing. I'm seeing it more as an inward nurturing. Nurturing your soul, your work, your meditations, your light, protecting your energy, really just going within, nurturing yourself, showing yourself that self-love, and that's going to make you very magnetized, right? And that's what's going to help bring in the Six of Pentacles. People are like, damn, they really got it together. I want to be a part of that. How can I be a part of their life, And they're going to want to start putting their energy into you. That is the best way to attract things into your life, right? So your near future. Now, this is where the spread kind of starts to deviate from the standard thing. The wheel came out, the Wheel of Fortune, right? Came out first. But this stack of cards here jumped out and jumped halfway across the damn room, and I had to go get them. And I was going to put them back because, the Celtic Cross does not call for multiple cards in this section, right? But Spirit's like, don't you dare put them back. And I'm like, oh, all right, well. So what you got coming in the near future is not just one card, okay? But we're going to start with that one, and then we'll read the other ones like a book because they came out as a book, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is upright. You have done the work. You have taken that card and turned it from upside down to on the fence to all the way upright. July is going to bring, and with Jupiter in your sign, that's good luck, that's fortune, that's prosperity, that's abundance, that's things finally paying off for you, and everything that you've been doing is going to bring itself into your life in the 3D now. So everything you've been doing in the 5D, within yourself, and all that, it's all starting to play out in July. Just hold on, because when the wheel shifts, it can be exciting, invigorating, and yet a little scary, stepping into the unknown, and stuff like that. So like they said, keep your Four of Pentacles in reverse. Don't let it all go to your head. Don't let it change you, right? Still keep being you. So, just because the world around you changes doesn't mean you have to change with it. Just keep being you and keep doing what you're doing. That is, and money and power and things like that, when those things start coming your way, don't let it go right to your head. You're still just a man. You're still just a human being, right? You are not a god. We're just doing the best we can with what we've got. Whether you have $5 in your account or 5 million in your account, you're still the same person. When you die and you go to the 5D, you ain't taking that money with you. You're only taking what's within. And that's what you need to stay focused on. How do I nurture what's within with what I got coming in now, right? Focus on crystals and this and that. Maybe take a trip and nurture what you are, and give yourself a little reward, a little retreat. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when you over focus on it. I want this, 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 this. You become that little hunger monger, right? That little troll that lives under the bridge and just sits there with his pot of gold. Don't do that. Try not to do that, right? So what else you have coming in the near future, right? It's going to come along with this wheel. You have the Emperor upright, the Two of Cups upright, the High Priestess upright, the Six of Swords upright, and Justice upright. I'm going to lay these out so I can see them a little bit better here. Wow, you got some... Well, you're drawing in an Emperor, right? Who is going to offer you a real offer of love, a true offer. They want to pour into your cup. They want you to pour into their cup, and both cups are full. So you're just going to mesh your cups together, you know, and just everything that they are and everything that you are, and you're going to create your own rainbow together, you know, and just, it's going to be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It's going to be a little overwhelming. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be passionate. And you're the High Priestess in this instance. So you're going to go from leaning on your strengths of a Queen of Cups and nurturing everything you are, so you can step into the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is basically all 4 queens. So you can connect to all the elements, all 5 elements: spirit, fire, water, earth, and air. So this Emperor is going to pour into you so much that it's going to enhance your gifts. You know, so maybe you're like, oh, I can't really work with this element yet. Well, maybe you can, and you just haven't tried the right way yet. You know what I'm saying? So, no, you can't create fire without a match yet. But when you light it, can you bend the flame to the left? Can you bend it? Can you get it to flicker? So when you're in a room that's completely calm and it just has a nice calm flame, you should be able to bend it a little here and there, stuff like that, right? If you focus, you know, so there's different ways to work with this shit. So I'm just saying there's not just one way, you know, to work with an element. So maybe this Emperor is going to help. He's going to pour into you in a way that you're going to be like, oh, I never tried that. Oh, I would love to try that. Can you help me with that? And they're going to be like, oh, hell yes. Now, this Emperor is going to take you from the rough waters that you've been in, and they're going to take you into calmer waters here with the Six of Swords. So you might be moving away with your Emperor. And this is justice for you. All of this is the justice that you deserve. You're going to leave a lot of tough lessons, and, you know, but you're going to take them with you. If you see that her bags are packed, she's wearing the red scarf around her shoulders, she's still going to carry pieces of her past with her. But it's what you do with it moving forward. She's not going to allow it to hold her back and keep the waters rough anymore. She's going to sail into the smoother, calmer waters because she's actually learned the lessons from these tough times, these tough challenges, these trials, tribulations, right? And you moving is justified, right? That's justice. That's going to bring balance to your life. And so you're like, well, I've already been working on balance and this and that, right? That's how you got here. You know? And, well, this is going to bring balance, other things into balance for you. Your gifts, your peace, love, your soul tribe, things that you have been finding still quite challenging, you know. So even though you've been working on yourself so much, this is going to bring in so many different areas of justice, and everything is going to come into balance for you. Your finances, your living situations, maybe what you do for work, even those things are going to balance out. Or maybe you're just going to, stop working, and just focus on a new career path, with your new emperor. Maybe you guys are going to start something new together. So that's just what I'm hearing, right? You got a lot coming in for your near future. I mean, it was some crazy. I couldn't believe it. It landed all the way over by the refrigerator. So I'm going to put that there like that. Next, we have advice from Spirit. This is where everything started coming out in books. So we're going to read them all together, just like we did the last one. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles, upright. We have the Knight of Pentacles, upright. And we have the Magician in reverse. Okay? Advice. This is advice. Okay. It is important not to neglect your creativity and your gifts. Possibly if you're doing anything artistic that you were doing before and you haven't done it in a while, possibly you should be picking those things back up. So if you've been crocheting, drawing, painting, writing, doing poetry, singing, whatever it was for you, right? If you had a special little thing that helped you connect to your creativity, don't lose that. So you have a lot coming in and you're going to get real busy, and it'll be real easy to lose focus of the small things, the little things that bring us joy. Spirit's asking you not to do that, to keep time in your schedule, and maybe just schedule something early in the morning, late at night, and still put into these things, right? You have the King of Pentacles. This is a very masculine energy. It is a wise and self-motivated person to focus on connecting with nature. Still find time to play with your dog, play with your cat, to connect with them for real. I mean, don't neglect them. Don't put them aside and be like, oh, I'll get back to you later. I'm going on a trip. Take them with you. Take them with you if you can, right? And you can see here, he's got his giant pentacle just sitting in his lap, and he's just kind of enjoying things right now. So enjoy this newfound success. There's nothing wrong. It's not, pride can be tricky, right? Because a little bit is healthy, and there's a fine line between healthy and that's too much pride, right? It takes you to the egotistical side that, that is not very attractive. So to make sure that you keep that imbalance as well is what I'm hearing. I know that the King of Pentacles isn't exactly a balanced card, but it is in this case, right? And the room that he's sitting in is completely red. The entire room is just lit up in a red light. To stay connected to your emotions, to the love, and because you're going to be surrounded by it, from people from people you don't know. It's going to be everywhere you look, and you're going to be like, damn, what the hell? I went from being invisible, just doing my own thing as a hermit, because we've all been in hermit mode for, a couple months? At least. At least. Some of us even longer. Yeah. And you get used to that. You really do, and you get used to being invisible, and you just get used to just doing your own thing, You guys got your own thing going. I got my own thing going. Now you're going to be stepping into a light, and that love is just going to be everywhere you look, you know. And where there's love, there's hate. So just be, you know, because that's why you still have the Five of Wands as your challenge. So you have the Knight of Pentacles. Don't rush through this, right? Take your time. Enjoy it. You know, you're going to be traveling a bit, you know, and don't be focusing on, oh, we got to get back. 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 We got to get back to normal. We got to get back to this. We got to get back to that. Just be in the moment when you are going through all this. It's about the journey, not the destination. So we're always so focused on where we're going in the future, like where we have been for quite some time, that we almost forget to be in the moment and be like, oh, this is great. This is so nice. Don't focus on, oh, I don't ever want to leave. Just be in the moment of, oh, this is more than I could ever ask for. And just be grateful and happy and let that joy fill you, right? And you see this person, they really don't look that worried. And all them pentacles are just chasing them down. He's got tons of pentacles coming in. All right? He's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pentacles. All right? So 10 pentacles are chasing him, and he's got a giant pentacle already on his back. So you just being in the moment, enjoying the love and the gratitude, you know, and the power, the success, you know, just everything is just going to be magnetized. And you won't even be putting near as much effort into it as you were previously. You're still going to be nurturing it, but you're not going to be drowning in work now. You know what I'm saying? Right? You're still going to, you know, be like, all right, I got it up and running. Now all I got to do is just water it a little bit. Tick tock, you know, clean it up a little bit there, you know, and just watch it go. That's what you got coming in. So when you're in this nice relaxed energy, right, there's still gonna be moments where you might doubt yourself. That's why you have the Magician in the reverse, to not let all the success take you to a negative place. Don't overstep your new power. Don't overstep boundaries, like the laws of the universe. Don't overdo those. Don't cross those now. You know, and use your discernment and how you use your newfound gifts, your newfound magic, how you move forward. So whether you're helping yourself or helping others, how you help them still matters. You know, and you can still set yourself back with bad karma if you're putting out bad energy with wicked spells, right? Only try to help people as you're guided to. Don't let the power go right to your head and be like, I can, so I will. No, still ask permission from spirit. Be like, I can do this. I know I can do it. Should I? Just because I can doesn't mean I should. So, and not everyone deserves help. I know that's weird to hear, but some people are in a karmic cycle, and part of that karmic cycle is being fed their own karma. And if you get in the way of that, then you're going to absorb all their negative karma, and that's going to slow you down, get you off your path. You know, so make sure that you're still connecting with spirit and being like, I want to help. Should I? And wait for your answer. Ask for a specific sign as well. So be very, very specific. If you want me to do this, I want you to show me 3 butterflies today, and then take the day off. Go outside, spend the whole day outside, and wait and see if you see 3 butterflies. That's the kind of thing I was talking about. And, you know, so just because you asked for the sign, now you need to do your part in order to look for the sign, right? You know, if you go right back to work inside that building and the 3 butterflies flew by and you weren't out there looking for them, then you missed your sign, right? So Spirit is asking you that if you ask for something specific for your sign, make sure that it's something that you can be available to see. Okay? Try not to get caught up in the power of it all. That's one of the main things I'm hearing with the Magician in reverse. Okay? Okay. So, that's advice from Spirit. The next section is what you need to know about your environment for July. So you have the Temperance upright and you have the 7 of Pentacles upright. Your environment is about to balance out. So where you were once homeless, now you're going to have a home. Where you were once putting all your time into work, now you're going to have time to play. You know, where everything that you were doing to an extreme before is going to find a way to find a balance to it. It won't be like this now. You know, I work. I don't have time to play. Now it's going to be like, you know what? You don't have to work so much. Why don't you go play? Why don't you go play? You know, and a lot of people are like, I can't play. I ain't got time to put into that stuff. Life is a balancing act, and Spirit wants us to play. It is good for our light, for our energy, for our vibrations. And people are like, it's not that important. It really is. You know, so, and how you do it matters, you know, so don't get wasted. Don't go, you know, getting into that devil energy and stuff like that and putting into your niches. Find something that's in balance with the new you. Go ziplining. Go scuba diving. Go race a car, right? You know, legally, preferably safely, right? Go skydiving. Go watch a movie. Go to a theater and watch an opera or something like that. You know, to play. Play with your dog. There's no better simple joy than that, than watching your dog just love having fun with you, you know. And as you watch everything come into balance, it's going to be like the 7 of Pentacles. You're going to sit back and you're going to kind of watch how those scales were this way, and you're just going to sit there and you're going to watch them balance out. Almost with no effort at all on some of these is what I'm hearing, right? So you just keep doing your own thing, going out, taking your vacation, possibly moving away, and all these things, you're just going to watch your whole life just balance right out. That's what I'm seeing here. It's going to lay down new roots for you, and those new roots are going to bring up new pentacles. And you're just going to keep watching all this hard work that you've been putting in. You're just going to keep watching it all come into balance and paying off and showing its face in the 3D. It's finally going to come to fruition. It's all going to balance out. Okay? Alright. That's for what you can expect in your environment, is watching everything in your life coming into balance, right? What you have for your hopes and fears is the 8 of Wands, and your second card came out hidden. So we're going to find out what that one is together. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. These are your hopes and fears. This is gonna move fast. It's gonna be an aggressive change. And once things get moving, you're gonna be like, holy shit, how do I slow it down? This is your reward, and you can't change how it comes in. So it's gonna be an aggressive new change and stepping into the unknown, and it's going to be very fast moving. It's going to come in and it might hit you like a ton of bricks is what I'm hearing, right? But the thing is you don't have to know everything, right? The Ace of Swords in reverse. You don't have to know how everything is going to play out to allow it to play out just the way it is, you know? So Jesus, take the wheel, right? Do you have to know Jesus's plan for you? Or can you just trust that he has your best interest at heart? That's the kind of trust we're looking for on this. And it's like hopping on a jet boat, you know, take your life vest, be prepared, and hold on. One hand for you, one hand for the boat. That's what I'm hearing, right? So just because you feel like you're a little unprepared, not quite so ready for all this, you know, there's love coming in with it, with the Pentacles, with your new home, with your vacation. You know, it's going to feel like a lot. You're going to feel spread a little thin. But that's okay. You just go with it. Go with the flow. Don't fight it. And, you know, and make sure that you avoid your Eight of Swords. Don't get caught up in your head. Don't allow these people who are going to try and bring conflict, you know, or to oppose you. These people who are going to be like, oh, they got it like this. They did this. They must be doing something illegal in order to do all this. You know, don't let any of that get to you, right? Just keep moving forward in what you know to be true and what you are. To know thyself is to be as close as you can to God, because God is within. So if you know yourself, then you know God. Okay? Go with the flow. I just keep hearing that over and over again. Go with the flow of it. So when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Just don't lose yourself. They're not saying that. But just because everyone's going this way and you like going that way, Spirit's asking you to go with it for now. Okay? All right. Your potential outcome for July. I mean, you have a lot coming in for July, so you better be holding on to your britches, okay? You have the Five of Pentacles upright. I was a little confused by this card at first when it came out, because everything here is showing that you've got great things coming in. Now, why in the world would you have the Five of Pentacles, right? But you also have a book of cards that came out upside down that I haven't looked at yet. So if you look at the Five of Pentacles, you see a person who's sitting there alone. Their head is down, they're tired, they're exhausted. They're sitting in front of a door that's closed, but they also have a key laying right there in front of the damn door. And they're just like, I'm so exhausted, I don't even want to go over and grab the damn key. You know, so you might be feeling overwhelmed and exhausted from all these new changes. That's what I'm getting from this. Not that you're going to be homeless, not that you're going to be sick, right? You're going to feel stretched thin. This is just pushing you to whole new limits, and, you know, and stuff like that. You know, when you pictured all the success, you didn't picture all of the challenges that would come with that success. It's kind of that kind of energy. It's not the typical Five of Pentacles like it usually is here, right? You have the key to this. the key is your meditation work. Connecting with water, like they said before. Rely on your strengths. Don't allow, your fears and your self-made prison creep back in, kind of thing. That's what's going to exhaust you, and when you watch all of the different areas of your life come into balance, it's going to push you from the inside as well. So you might feel a little exhausted, and you need to nurture what you are. Make sure that you're getting enough rest, that you're still eating right. So even though you've got all this new stuff coming in and stuff like that, it's so easy to go out to eat and eat crap. Try not to do that too often. So even though you do go out to eat, try to make sure that you're still getting your greens, your fruits and this and that, the true nurturing foods that are grown from the ground. So don't try to indulge too much in too many red meats and things of that sort. Stick with the fish, the nuts, the fruit, the eggs, things of that nature, right? I'm not trying to tell you what you can and cannot eat, and you should check with a nutritionist if you're not quite sure, or your doctor, all right? I'm not a medical professional, but to nurture yourself the way that you need to, that's going to unlock this door of exhaustion, right? That way you don't feel quite so overwhelmed and stretched so thin from all these changes. All right, now we're going to figure out what came out with the Five of Pentacles for your final or your potential outcome. We have the Four of Swords. We have the World in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. What was I just saying? To take care of yourself. The Four of Swords. Rest. Relaxation. Taking time for you and all this. Even though things are going to feel like they're moving at light speed, right? With the Eight of Wands. You still need to take time for you to take care of you. You're going to feel like your whole world has just been turned upside down, and you may not recognize your life for a bit, right? It's not a bad thing, though, So when you've been stuck in karmic cycles and lessons and all that, for your world to be turned, in order for the wheel to turn, it might feel chaotic. It might feel like an abrupt change, you know what I'm saying? So you jumped over some giant hurdles and they were so big that you couldn't see what was on the other side. That's why your world might feel a little uneasy for a bit here, okay? It's not a bad thing, because without change, you don't grow. If you just stay in your comfort zone all the time, you never grow. So this is going to bring out immense growth within you and outside of you. You have the Four of Wands in reverse. Always seen it. You're probably going to be moving. So maybe you're even going to sell your house. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll buy a camper and just start traveling. So yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So it's not that you're going to lose your home. I think you're going to choose to sell it and just start a whole new lifestyle, right? And you don't need to be in one spot anymore, because what's there for you now? And with everything you've got coming in, why not experience life, the world, all these different cultures, different foods, these things, adventures is what I'm hearing. Go and experience life. Go and see the planet. Mother Gaia is calling to you, saying, come with me. I want to show you many, many things. okay? And you also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So even though you have this new Emperor and everything coming in, they're asking you not to fear what they bring to your life. I know that's tricky, right? Because we're crabs. We're very independent. We're very stubborn. We like doing things a certain way, you know. And this person's going to come in and be like, here, let me help you. And you're going to be like, no, I got this. I do me, you do you, and we'll be just fine. Spirit's asking you not to push them away as you step into this new beginning, to allow them to help more, to allow them to guide you a little bit here and there, to allow them to be supportive and this and that. We're not really used to that. We're so used to nurturing everyone else so much, you know, that people never ever even give back, and we're like, that's cool. I didn't need anything back. This person is gonna want to give back. They're gonna want to put into you the way that they put into themselves, and you're gonna be like, oh no, you don't need to do that. Spirit's asking you to be open and willing to receive love from your Emperor, especially from your Emperor. Okay? Don't push it away. When it gets scary or different, or, you know, differentiation is what I'm hearing, right? So this person may not do things the way that you do things. They may have their own style, their own techniques, their own different ways of making things a little bit easier, or sometimes they just like going out of their way just to make you smile. Does it hurt to smile and be like, aw, well, thank you, you know, that was nice, you know? Don't sit there and be like, why'd you do that? Why would you, what do you want? You know, that's what Spirit's asking you not to do. Don't question it. Don't be sitting in your Eight of Swords, you know, that leaving your Eight of Swords behind and stepping into a new beginning and seeing how great your Emperor is. Focus on that. Be like, holy shit, man. I didn't see that coming at all. Thank you. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I had no expectations, and you're exceeding anything that I could even imagine. You know, expect the unexpected at this point. Miracles and blessings are coming in for you, and just go with it. Don't push it away. That's why you have your Ace of Cups in reverse, okay? All right. Well, this was a great reading for Cancers. I was going to do a weekly breakdown, but we're already at almost 15 minutes, so I think we'll try and break the weeks down in a separate reading for Cancers and for everyone else, okay? All right. Well, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate all your love and your energy. Leave a comment below and tell me how this resonates, or anything else that you would like to comment on. I read through the comments as much as I can, and I reply with spirit guided replies. So we'll do what we can to help guide you through it, and be like, holy shit, this came in for me and I can't believe it's real. You know, even if it's just as simple as that. I love to hear it. So, all right. Well, if there's anything else, and love and light, you guys.